friends, a very good afternoon to all of you and a warm welcome on the YouTube channel of BYJU'S Exam Prep. Now, friends, we have entered the month of March and this is the month in which we are expecting MHCT 2023 to happen. So still there is no further communication as far as on the official website of MHCT is concerned. So we still have the tentative dates for MHCT examination as 18th and 19th of March. And we are going to go ahead and prepare for these two dates as our examination. So friends, welcome back once again on the YouTube channel, wherein we'll continue with the series of sessions for MHCT 2023. And today it is part number 4 for graphs, tables, pie charts, and caselets. So in this series of sessions for data interpretation, we are discussing different sets, different types of charts that you may see in the actual examination of MHCT 2023. So good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Gauri. Good afternoon, Prajakta. Good afternoon, everyone. So please quickly give me a confirmation if I'm clearly audible and visible to all of you so that we can start with this session of data interpretation and solve some of the sets that I have prepared for you. Now for this session, I have raised the level of difficulty. I have raised the bar a little bit as compared to the sets that we have seen in the previous session in part number 3. So like I told you that gradually will be increasing the level of difficulty, and like obviously the level of difficulty that we are seeing matches with the level of difficulty of actual questions of the previous year papers of MHCT. But still, just to be on safer side, I might give you some sets, I might give you some questions which will be slightly higher as compared to the actual level of difficulty of MHCT examination, because they are not going to ask us while setting the level of difficulty of the actual examination. So good afternoon, everyone. Welcome once again on YouTube channel. I am Gaurav Gupta and today I'm going to continue with the session on data interpretation, and this is part number 4. All right. Now, in this session, I have basically made two different sets of data interpretation. Now, the first set that you will see is a multi-chart. So there will be two different charts that will be given to you. These two charts can be in the form of tables and pie chart, or it can be in the form of a table and a bar graph and a line graph. So it can be anything, but there will be multiple charts. There will be at least two charts that you will see in any form, right? Now, for the first set, there will be 5 questions. Okay, so you will have to basically integrate the data that is given in the two sets and try and make your own table. So there will be 5 questions. Now, whenever we have the questions of multiple charts, okay, then I would advise all of you to work for 2 or 3 minutes on that chart and tabulate the data. Tabulate data का मतलब क्या है? एक अपनी टेबल बना लो. It will always be better कि अगर तुम लोग अपनी एक टेबल बना लोगे, because there will be 5 questions. For every question, if you will come back and look at the charts, let's say there is a bar graph and there is a line graph. दो अलग-अलग टाइप के ग्राफ हैं. अगर हर क्वेश्चन के लिए बार बार लाइन ग्राफ को देखोगे, बार 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 ग्राफ को देखोगे, देन इट माइट बी पॉसिबल दैट डेटा रीड करने में हम कुछ ना कुछ मिस्टेक कर दें. ओके, सो अगर पहले से कोई टेबल गिवन नहीं है, देन इट विल बी एडवाइजेबल टू ऑल ऑफ यू टू सॉर्ट ऑल द डेटा एंड मेक अ टेबल फॉर योरसेल्फ. अपने लिए एक टेबल बना लो, so that while answering the questions you will refer to these tables only which you have prepared properly. All right. So हमेशा एक एडवाइस है कि अगर टेबल गिवन नहीं है एंड 4 या 5 क्वेश्चंस अटैच्ड हैं डेटा इंटरप्रिटेशन के सेट में, सो टेबल बना लो. अगर एक या दो क्वेश्चन है, इफ यू हैव इंडिपेंडेंट क्वेश्चंस which is difficult in MHCT, because in MHCT we have seen more than 2 or 3 questions based on a single data in a single data interpretation set. दो ये जो क्वेश्चंस होते हैं स्कैटर्ड होते हैं, जम्बल्ड होते हैं, बट कभी भी MHCT के एग्जामिनेशन में फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन आता है डेटा इंटरप्रिटेशन का, सो इट विल बी एडवाइजेबल टू मेक अ टेबल in case table is not given to you. All right, save that table, एज लाइक जिस भी रफ शीट पे वो टेबल बनाते हैं उसको साइड में रख दो, क्वेश्चन नंबर लिख दो, एंड लेटर ऑन अगर सेम डेटा पे क्वेश्चन आता है, बिकॉज क्वेश्चंस जनरली जम्बल्ड सीक्वेंस में होते हैं, सो अगर सेम डेटा पे कोई भी क्वेश्चन आता है, you will be able to refer that data for the next questions. All right, so this is one trick using which you can save your time. बार बार उस डेटा पे वर्क नहीं करना पड़ेगा. All right, so let us start with the first set. Now in the first set there are two charts which are given to you. So there is one bar chart and one table. Now using this bar chart and table, try to segregate the data. So let us see what is given in this question and how to basically start, like what should be our first step in this type of question. Okay. So question बोल रहा है, two stores X and Y sold a certain number of articles across 5 years, 2013 to 2017. So as you can see, the bar graph as well as table, there is data that is given for 5 years, 2013 से 2017 तक, right? Now, further directions says that the bar graph given below shows the total number of articles sold in hundreds by the two stores. So there are two stores X and Y. So bar graph will give you the total number of articles. This is important. Total number of articles in hundreds. Okay. So the bar graph given below shows the total number of articles sold in terms of hundreds by the two stores together. So this data is for X plus Y. Okay. Now, what about this table that is given at the bottom of the screen? The table given below shows the percentage of articles sold by store Y out of the total articles sold. So the first graph, the bar graph, gives you the sum of the articles sold by X and Y, and the second table gives you the percentage of the number of articles sold by store Y only. फाइन. सो y का वैल्यू पता लग जाएगा टेबल एंड बार ग्राफ को यूज करके, एंड देन यूजिंग सब्ट्रैक्शंस यू विल बी एबल टू गेट द वैल्यू ऑफ x. ऑलराइट, सो आई एम गिविंग यू 2 minutes to tabulate the data, to calculate the actual values of x and y for all these 5 years. I'm giving you two minutes. Okay, so you have 2 minutes. Quickly tabulate this data. Okay, now 5 questions will be based on that, so it will be always advisable, beneficial to make the table. Okay, so table बनाओ, उसमें x and y की values feed करो. Post done in the chat box as soon as you are done making the table. You may post done in the chat box. जैसे ही टेबल बन जाती है, जैसे ही फाइनलाइज हो जाती है टेबल, क्विकली पोस्ट डन इन द चैट बॉक्स. One more minute to work on the table. Come on, quickly. You may post done in the chat box as soon as you are done working on this data, and then I'll take you to the analysis, and then after that the questions based on this information. All right, Yash, you are done. Good. Okay, I'll wait for a few more seconds, and then I'll take you to the analysis. Let us solve this and see if you have calculated all the values correctly or not. ठीक है, check करते हैं. Now, meanwhile, all of you can write first of all the values of y for all the 5 years. जो भी y की values हैं for all these 5 years, please write it in the chat box. Write all the values in a single message. Meanwhile, I'll start solving this question. Okay. So I have these two charts. The first bar graph gives the value of x plus y. So I will quickly write all these values at the top of the bar graph. So this is 60. The values are easily readable. कोई problem नहीं है. 60, 80, 75, then it is 90, and finally the value is 50. Okay. Now, first of all, writing the values of y, because the table gives us the percentage of articles sold by store y out of the total articles. So for 2013, it will be 40 percentage of 60, right? 40 percentage of 60, it will be equal to 24. You may write all the values for y. Okay. Meanwhile, I'm calculating these values. Now y is 24 and the total is 60. So the value of x will be equal to 36. All right. X will be equal to 36. Now moving on to 2014, it is 75 percentage of 80. Now 75 percentage of any number is 3/4 of that number. So 3/4 of this number, 3/4 of 80 will be equal to 60, and the remaining value for 2014 for the store x will be equal to 80 minus 60, that is 20. All right. Now for 2015, it is 60 percentage of 75. 60 percentage of 75 will be equal to 45, and the remaining value 75 minus 45 will be equal to 30. Okay, 60 percentage like 75 percentage 3 by 4 में convert कर सकते हो. 60 percentage can be written as 3 by 5. Similarly, 40 percentage को भी आप 2 by 5 लिख सकते हो. Right? So if you are converting these numbers in terms of fractions, it will be beneficial for you. Okay, percentage equivalence of fractions or fractional equivalence of percentages. If you will spend few hours on practicing these, then it will save plenty of your time in the examination. Now next is 55 percentage of 90. Now, how will I calculate this thing? Now, 55 percentage of any number can be written as 50 percentage plus 5 percentage. Look at the top left of your screen. Okay, 55 percentage can be written as 50 percentage plus 5 percentage. अब किस नंबर का निकालना है मुझे? 90 का. So 90 का 50 percentage, 90 का आधा कितना होगा? 45. अगर 45 50% है तो 5 percentage कितना हो जाएगा? 4.5. So 45 plus 4.5, that is 49.5 will be the value here. Okay, 49.5, right? So out of 90, 49.5 is the value of y. So the value of x will be 90 minus 49.5. That is 40.5. Okay, so 40.5 done. Now next value is 65 percentage of 50. Now एक ट्रिक है, बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट ट्रिक है ये. If you have to calculate a percentage of b, like here I have to calculate 65 percentage of 50. So a percentage of b can also be written equal to as b percentage of a. So if I'll convert this, so 65 percentage of 50, I can write it as 50 percentage of 65, right? A 50 percentage of any number is half of that number. So 65 का half करना है and you will get the value. Okay. So 65 का half यहाँ पे लिख दो. So it will be 50 percentage of 65, that is 32.5. Okay. Total value was 50, out of which y is 32.5. So remaining x will be 17.5. All right. So that's it. I have all these values in front of me. Now, Rohan, meanwhile, you have written y is equal to 211. So, Rohan, can you please elaborate, because I don't see any value which should be equal to 211. Okay. So, please एक बार check करो, Rohan. 211 कोई value नहीं आनी चाहिए. And these are the values. I hope all of you have got it. So please write yes if you have calculated the same values. All of you. So Amit, Pooja, Prajakta, Yash, Rohan, Chetan, all of you, please confirm if you have used the same values, if you have inserted the same values in the table. Just write yes, confirm, and then I'll take you to the questions. So this is the final table that is in front of us. So these are the values of store X and store Y. All right. Chaliye. Let's now move on to the questions one by one. Now I'll be giving you 1.5 minutes for every question. All right. So in this time, please try to solve all of them and post your answer in the chat box. So question number one on your screen, the table will be with you. Sir, how number of items is in decimals? Okay. So Amit, I take you back to the original data. So like I mentioned earlier that these values are in hundreds. Okay. These values are in hundreds. Okay, Amit. So this value 24 is basically 24 multiply 100, that is 2400. This 49.5 multiplied by 100, it will be 4950. Okay, so they are actually not in terms of decimals because all the values were mentioned that it was in hundreds. So you just need to multiply all these values with 100 to get the actual number. I hope I'm clear, Amit. Okay, so that was given in the original set of directions, which probably you would have missed. शायद आप थोड़ा सा late join किया होगा आपने, but all these values are in hundreds. Now we know that. So let's move on to the questions. So first question on your screen, the total number of articles sold by store Y in 2015 and 2016 together is what percentage more than the total number of articles sold by store X in 2013? Please be careful about the values that you'll have to pick now from the table. Swagnik, I'm really sorry, I don't know any song like that. ठीक है? But next time मैं याद करके आऊंगा and I definitely sing a song for you. Now be careful with the calculations. Swagnik, not a correct time, not a good time for the songs because MHCT examination is very near. Huh? So it will be good that all of us focus on these questions rather than singing songs. All right, Nikhil, for the first answer. Good, Nikhil. So Nikhil says answer is option A, that is 162.5. Nikhil, I would like you to check your calculations once again. I'm not saying that this is an incorrect answer, but still you have time, you have some time, so you can cross-check the calculations. Okay, let's start with this. The total number of articles sold by store Y in 2015 and 2016. 2015 and 2016. So 80, 90, 94.5. 94.5 is what percentage more than the total number of articles sold by store X in 2013. So that is 36. So 94.5 is what percentage more than 36. So what I'll do is in the numerator, I'll take the difference of these two numbers. Since I have to compare this value with the value of store X than store X in 2013, so denominator will be the value of store X in 2013 multiplied by 100. So this is the calculation that we will perform. Okay, so 94.5 minus 36 divided by 36 into 100 will be the final calculation. Okay, now what is the difference in the numerator? 94.5 minus 36, it will be, अगर मैं 40 माइनस कर देता हूं तो यहाँ पे आ जाएगा 54.5 plus 4, 58.5 divided by 36 multiplied by 100. This is the number. Okay, now I can see that all my options are somewhere near 150, 160 percentage. 150, 160 percentage के पास है. So I'll pick up 36. This is how I do the calculations. ठीक है? So 100% of 36 will be 36, right? I need to go to 58.5. 58.5 के पास जाना है. ठीक है? So 100% is 36. Then 50% will be 18. So till now I have 150%, which is 54. The only difference is all these calculations runs in my mind. I'm just showing it to all of you, but all these calculations generally runs in my mind. Okay, so 150% is 54. Again, 10 percentage will be 3.6. So 160 percentage कितना आ गया? इन दोनों को ऐड कर देते हैं, 57.6. Now I am at 57.6, okay, which is 160 percentage, and I need to go to 58.5. That means another 0.9 in terms of value. Okay. Now look at this 3.6. I need 0.9. Okay, so 3.6 का 1/4 होता है 0.9. So 10 का 1/4 कर देते हैं, that is 2.5 percentage. And now you can add these two and it will give you your final answer. That is 162.5 will be 58.5. Okay, so this is one example I have given you in which I do these type of calculations. Examination में इतनी difficult calculation बहुत मुश्किल है आना, थोड़ा सा easy होता है calculation, but still in case you encounter such cases, then you may use this method that I have explained for the calculations. All right, चलिए आगे चलते हैं. Question number 2. So some of the students, Nikhil, Shreya and Amit and Prajakta have given the correct answer. Good. There are around 30 students in this session. I want each and every one to solve all these questions in the live format. Then only it will be beneficial for you attending a live session. Do solve all these questions right now. Question number 2. I am sure most of you will be able to give the correct answer for question number 2. Simple question hai. What is the average number of articles sold by store X in 2013, 2015 and 2016? What is the average number of articles sold by store X in 2013, 15 and 16? A very, very simple question. A good Swagnik, if you have already cleared CAT, congratulations. This should not take more than 30 seconds though. All right, great. So let's start working on this. Store X in 2013, 2015 and 2016. So these are the three values. I need to find out their average. So I'll add them and we'll divide it by 3. So 36 and 30 is 66. 66 and 40 is 106.5. So 106.5 is the sum of these three values. Divided by 3, answer should be 35 point, no, 35.5. Okay, so 35.5, and then since all the values are given in 100s, so I'll multiply it by 100. So 3550 should be the final answer. Okay, all right. So the correct answer should be option E, which is correctly given by most of you. Nice. Quickly moving on to the next question, question number 3. Now, question number 3 is slightly lengthy, but it is actually very easy. Okay, so question की length ज़्यादा है, but level of difficulty low है. So again, I'm sure most of you will be able to do this one in 45 seconds to 60 seconds. So question is saying that if the number of articles sold by X in the year 2018, so data for 2018 is not there in the graph. So they are hypothetically talking about the next year. So the number of articles sold by X in the year 18 is half the total number of articles sold by both X and Y in the year 2014. And the ratio of number of articles sold by X to Y in this year is 5:3. Then the number of articles stored by Y in the year 18 is how much less than the number of articles sold by X in 2015. Yes, Swagnik, you may get I am Jammu, but right now I'll not be able to give you the complete details. This is not the right time because we are focusing on MHCT examination. So some other time I'll give you complete details of this thing. Okay. All right. Shreya, V3 Farms. Nice. Prajakta. Okay. So let's start this slowly. All right. Now, number of articles sold by X in the year 2018. X in year 2018 is equal to half the number of articles sold by both X and Y in 2014. So together X and Y sold 80. Okay. So X in 2018 will be half of this number, that is 40. Now the ratio of X and Y is given as 5:3 in this year. So Y in 2018 will be equal to solve करते हैं 8 into 3 24. Okay, so X is equal to 40 and Y is equal to 24 in the year 2018. We have got this. Now moving ahead, the next thing, then the number of articles sold by Y in the year 2018, that means 24, is how much less than the number of articles sold by X in 2015. So X in 2015 is 30. So 24 is less than 30 by how much? By 6. And then I'll multiply it by 100 to convert it into its actual value. So the correct answer should be 600, and that is option C. So option C, yes, all of you are absolutely correct, is the right answer for this question. Question number 4, now on your screen. If all the articles sold in 2016 by store X are sold at a profit of 25% and the selling price is 350, then find the total cost price of all the articles which are sold by store X in 2016, assuming that store X sold all the articles. All right, Nikhil, good. Now the first challenge is selling price is given as 350. Selling price is given as 350 and a profit percentage of 25% is given. Now using this, we have to find out the cost price. So can you all please give me the value of cost price? Selling price is 350, profit is 25%. So if I'll assume cost price as X, so using this data, selling price will be equal to 25% more than X, that is 5/4X. Okay, and selling price is equal to 350. So 5/4X is equal to 350. X का value कितना आ जाएगा? 4/5 of 350. 4/5. So 350 divided by 5 is 70. 70 multiplied by 4 is equal to 280. Okay. तो cost price पता लग गया 280 for every article. Now they are talking about store X in 2016. So store X in 2016, number of articles sold is 4050, and I'll multiply this by 280 and will get the answer. ठीक है? सो पहले क्या करते हैं, 4000 को 280 से मल्टीप्लाई कर देते हैं. सो 28 इंटू 4 इज 112. जीरोस कितने आएंगे, 4, 1 2 3 4. So 28 into 4, 112, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 zeros. So 1, 1, 2, 0, 0, 0, 0, and then 50 into 280. इनको multiply कर देते हैं. So 140, and after that 2 zeros. So 1, 4, 0, 0, 0. Let's add these two. So 1, 1, 3, 4, 0, 0, 0, which is option D is the correct answer. Jamkandi, option B, no, option B is not the correct answer. Okay, please check your calculations. 4050 multiplied by 280 and 1134 should be the correct answer. And yes, it is the correct answer. Last fifth question for this set, and after that we'll move on to the next set. But a small request, there are more than 30 students and only 15 likes to this session. So if you're liking the questions that we are practicing here, please quickly, it will hardly take a few seconds of yours, 1 or 2 seconds. Please press the like button. At least make sure that the number of likes will cross 30. Okay, 30 to cross karke rehna hai abhi, right? Question number 5 for this set. What is the ratio of the number of articles sold by store X in 2014 and 2017 together to the number of articles sold by store Y in the year 2016? Yes, a quick answer for this one. The easiest of all 5 questions. So I'll begin with this. So store X in 2014 and 2017. Okay, so that is 20 plus 17.5, 37.5. I have to find out the ratio of this number with the number of articles sold by store Y in 2016, which is 49.5. Okay, so सबसे पहले decimal हटा देते हैं, 375 divided by 495. Okay, I can cancel 5. So this will become 75 and this will become 99. Then we can cancel out 3. It will become 25 and 33. So the simplest ratio will come out to be 25 upon 33. 25 upon 33. No correct answers up till this point. What happened? Such an easy question it was. Okay, now I've started getting the answers. Okay, so the correct answer should be option D, and yes, it is the correct answer. Okay, so these were the 5 questions for the first set of data interpretation. Now, without wasting any time, let's quickly move on to the second set. But before moving on to the second set, let me check how many likes are there already in this session. So, my God, only 26 likes, 26 likes and 30 students. बहुत नाइंसाफी है. Come on, guys, increase the number of likes. So that was first set. Let's move on to the second set. Now the second set is based on missing data in the table. So a table will be given to you and some data will be missing. Everything will be based on additions and subtractions. You have to go ahead and complete the table that is given below. So once you are done with this table, then all 5 questions will be easy to get. So an incomplete table is given. Read the information, complete the table. I'll give you 3 minutes for this. I'll give you 3 minutes. Table is there in front of you with some missing data. Fill all these values. It is possible. It is very easy. Okay, you just need to work on each and every value one by one. So analyze this table completely. Sum of the rows and sum of the columns. This is one thing that you'll have to start with. ठीक है, बहुत easy data है. Finish it off and post done in the chat box. Two more minutes. You may post done in the chat box once you are done writing all the values. So जहां पे भी ये dash है, you have to replace values. Okay, so you'll have to replace these dashes with the values, all of them. All right, so I'm slowly starting with this. So one of the student is already done. So I'll start with this. Meanwhile, you all fill this table. Nikhil and Yash, both of you are done. So you can help me with some values. So I'm starting, let's say horizontally. So horizontally, Louis Vuitton, two values are missing. I'll not look for this. Ralph Lauren, one value is missing. So let us calculate this value which is missing for the month of January to March. Okay. So the total sum is 2110, this one, right? So I'll subtract all the three values and we'll get the value for January to March. So let's add these. So 900 and 700, 1600, 1600, 1710, 1790. So 1790 is the sum here. Okay, 1790 यहाँ पे sum आ गया, right? यही है sum. Can you all please confirm? Okay. Now 2110 में से 1790 माइनस कर देते हैं. So 210 and 110, 320. So this value, the first value will be 320. Come on, please write it in the chat box. Okay. चलो आगे चलते हैं. So this value is done. Ralph Lauren horizontally. Alan Solly, two values are missing. Raymond's two values are missing. I'll not do anything. Now let's look vertically for July to September. So July to September, one value is missing. So I'll calculate this value. So again, 670, 780 and 420. Let's add these. So 11 and 12, 1200, 1870. So the sum is 1870, which needs to be subtracted from 2270. Okay. So 22 minus 18 is 4. So 400 should be the value here. I'm writing some of these values. Please keep cross checking. Now I've got this value. So now I can find out the sum of Louis Vuitton. Okay. Horizontally, Louis Vuitton का sum निकाल सकते हैं हम. ठीक है. So 700 and 300, 1000, 1000, 1700 and 1800. So 1800 will be the sum. So I'm simply adding these numbers. ठीक है, बहुत easy है. Now look at the quarter of January to March. January to March, vertically अगर quarter को देखते हो, so there is one value which is missing. So 700 and 300 1000 and 800, 1800. So 1820 is the total value. 2270 में से 1820 माइनस कर देते हैं. Okay, so I'll be left with the 450. So 450 will be the value of Alan Solly in January to March quarter. Now using this, I can calculate the sum of Alan Solly horizontally. So 450 and 320, 780 and 300. इन सबको ऐड कर लेते हैं. तो 780 and 320 will be 1200. 1200 and 300 is 1500. 1500 and 400 is 1900. So 1950 should come out to be the sum of this number. Okay, fine. दोबारा चेक करते हैं. Oh, I'm sorry, एक मैंने छोटी सी मिस्टेक कर दी. 7 and 3, 10. So 1100. ठीक है, 1100 and 300, 1400. 1400 and 400, 1850 should be the sum, right? Okay, now what else is left? I'm left with October December quarter with a value of Raymonds. Again, three values and the sum is given. I can calculate the value for Raymonds in this year. So 3 and 7, 1000, 1300, 1420. 1420 is the sum. Subtracted from 1900 will give you 500. Okay. Now horizontally, I am left with one value Raymonds. And this can be calculated, yes. So 8 and 5, 13 and 4, 17. 1720 is the value. Okay. 2290 में से 1720 minus किया तो 570 will be the value of Raymonds in the month of April to June. Now using this, I can calculate the sum of April-June quarter. Okay. So 360 and 340 is 700. 1000. 1500, 1590. I'm sorry, galti se. 1590, it should be this value, 1590. Okay. Now finally, can you all give me the sum of these numbers? So, in सबका horizontally in सबको add कर दो या फिर vertically add कर दो. So can you give me the sum here, all of you? Let's see who will be the first person to write this sum. Nice, nice, nice. All right, so Nikhil has written total 8050. Let me add all of them. So 22 and 15, 37, 37 and 22 is 59 and 19, 76, 76 and 77, 78, 78 and then 7800 ho gaya, 70, 160, 230 and 250. So 7800 and 250, 8050. 8050 should be the sum of all these numbers. Nikhil, Chetan, AC and Shrutika, four of you have given the same number. So I'll not cross check. I think my calculations are in place. Okay? So 8050 sum aa gaya. Right? Now, table has already been made. You have spent 3 minutes, 4 minutes, whatever time you have spent. 4 minutes se to zyada nahi lagenge na. After 4 minutes, you will be able to answer all the 5 questions in less than 15 to 20 seconds each. Okay, so 5 questions hai. 5 questions can be easily taken care of in 5 to 6 minutes. Okay, so let's look at these questions. So this was the table and these were the values. Okay, yes, all the values cross-checked. Now the values are given here. Give me the answer of question number 1. What is the total number of clothes sold by the shop in the quarter April to June? I have all the values ready. Okay, sari ki sari values ready hai. So April to June quarter, what is the sum? The sum is 1590. 1590. The correct answer should be option C. Jaldi se, all of you please respond as soon as possible. Respond lightning fast speed pe. Okay, so as soon as you get the question, I want the answer in 15 seconds. Okay, so question number 6, correct answer is option C. All of you be ready for question number 7 on your screen. What is the total number of cloths sold by the shop in the year 2019? 2019 में कितने सेल हुए हैं? Total number of cloths in 2019. They're not talking about a particular quarter. They're not talking about a particular brand. They're talking about the total number of cloths. So total number of cloths, we already know that it is 8050. The correct answer should be option E. Okay. So please write your answers as option A, B, C, D or E. So correct answer for this one is option E. Right? Again, it was easy, straightforward. Answer option E. ठीक है? चलिए आगे चलते हैं. Question number 8. Careful, huh? Which brand sold the highest number of cloths in the year 2019? Which brand sold the highest number of cloths? So out of the 4 brands, so if we'll look horizontally, Louis Vuitton is 1800, Ralph Lauren is 2110, Alan Solly is 1850, but Raymond's, which is highest, is 2290. Right? So 2290 sold by Raymond's. Option D is the correct answer. Okay. Now next question will not be direct. Okay. So you need to observe the table carefully, compare some values. So which of the following is the lowest? Which of the following is the lowest? I'll give you 45 seconds for this. Let's see who will be the correct, who will be the one who will give me correct answer first. Which of the following is the lowest? सबसे lowest value calculate करना है. All right. So let's write these values. Cloths sold in quarter October December. October December the value is 1920. Cloths sold by Alan Solly 1850. Cloths sold by in the quarter January to March. This is 2270. And last, cloth sold by Louis Vuitton in the year 19. So it is 1800. Now I need to find out the lowest value out of these 4 numbers. So lowest value is 1800 and that is option D. Correct answer, yes it is. Finally, the last question, question number 10. Which of the following is the highest? Which of the following is the highest? So option A, clothes sold in the quarter January-March, which is 2270. Sold by Raymond's in the year 2019, that is 2290. Sold in quarter July-September 2270, this value. So option A and option C are equal. They cannot be the answer. Cloth sold by Ralph Lauren in the year 19. So Ralph Lauren has sold 2110. Okay. Now I have to find out the highest value. So highest value among these 4 is 2290, which is option B. And yes, that is the correct answer. All right. So as you have seen, we have spent good amount of time in making this table, in finding out all those missing values in the table. Once done, all the questions can be answered very easily. All right. So friends, that is all from my side for the day. Please, all of you do press the like button in case you like this session and you want me to conduct many more sessions like this in the future. Come on, please do press the like button in case you are liking this session and want such sessions to be conducted before 18th of March, that is before MHCT examination. All right. So that is all from my side. Now, some important piece of information for all of you. New batches are available for CAT 2023 comprehensive program. So the complete details of this program are given on your screen. What all you will get in this program clearly mentioned. and you will be getting many more things other than whatever is written. The doubt sessions are not written. Doubt solving, there is a way using which you can ask the doubts with the faculty members. So everything is there. Okay. So please do join CAT 2023 comprehensive program using the link that is given in the description. Also, if you are an aspirant for 2023 and wants to join any of the programs for CAT preparation, then you can get up to 90% scholarship on CAT preparation programs. On 4th of March, there is a scholarship test at 7 p.m. So please do register for this test. How to maximize your score in CAT 2023? A wonderful session to be conducted, taken by Saral sir on 7th of March, 7 p.m. Limit seats are available, so please do register for this session using the link that is given in the description. So friends, that's all from my side. Please do get social with us on these platforms. Thank you very much for being a part of this session. It was lovely having all of you here. We'll see you once again. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.